So welcome everyone. I'm Andrea Fleming. I'm the Director of Workforce Development and Talent at the North Carolina Technology Association. We're a statewide tech association, obviously from the name, but we have about 600 members across North Carolina. We have what you think of as traditional technology companies, Google, SaaS, but also tech-enabled companies. So think like Krispy Kreme, Deutsche Bank, Credit Suisse. So we have 600 members across the state, and as a couple of times a year, we host these job expos so that our members can connect directly with job seekers like you that are looking for new opportunities in tech. So this event today we have not done before, but thought it would be helpful to talk to the seekers about how to make the most out of your day at our job expo. And Jordan Ambers with Premier Virtual, our platform partner, is going to go through how to make the most of your day. I am going to put a few things into the chat. We are hosting 3 Meet the Employer sessions the day before on June 7th. Credit Suisse, First Citizens Bank, and Infosys. They are each hosting about a 30-minute webinar that will talk about what it's like to work at that company, meet the recruiters, and an opportunity for question and answers. So those are really great additional opportunities that you can learn about specific opportunities for those 3 companies. So I'll put those links in the chat. And now I'm going to turn it over to Amber. Sorry, Jordan. I was looking right at your name. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you. All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Jordan Ambers. I'm one of the client success managers at Premier Virtual. So today I'm going to be walking you through the Premier Virtual platform, showing you some of the features that are available in the platform for you, and show you how to maximize your experience with using the platform as well. So first thing that I would like to review would be the registration process. I realize that most of you have probably registered already to the platform. In case there are some of you who have not registered yet, I would like to go through the process just so you can see, and if there was anything that was missed, or if there were any questions or issues you may have had with registration, we can also answer those questions as well. Now you should have all received the registration link to this event, and when you open up the event registration link, you'll be brought to the registration page here. And I would recommend you take a look at this information section, and I will show you, for those who have already registered, where you can go back and review this information after you've registered as well. But there is great info in here from the host for your review. Again, mentioning the Meet Employer webinars and who is conducting them, what they will be talking about in here, as well as the event information in itself. The NC Tech website is attached to the information section, and what to expect on the day of the expo, and some tips to make a most of the job expo as well. Now, on the right-hand side, you will see a countdown clock to when the event starts, and a schedule at the bottom. The schedule here will show you, since yesterday, the event has, it will be provided from the 7th. You will have early access into the event to review that information. And then on the 8th, is when the event will be going live. So on the 8th is when all employers or all exhibitors will be available for you to view and chat with on that day. Then the event will be closing at 1:30, but providing an additional hour of access into the event. So if you are late coming in, you'll still have an hour from 1:30 to still review the booths and view the job opportunities and submit your resumes. Now, to start registration, you want to select the Register for Event icon, and it will open you up to the authentication section here. For those of you who have used the platform already, maybe attended these events last year as well, you already have a profile that you can use in this event too. So you do not have to create a whole new profile. If you don't want to, you can use that same profile you have been using or have used in the past in this event as well, just by clicking the Sign In tab and providing your email address and password that you've created. The Register as Attendee tab that opens up automatically in this section are for those of you who are brand new and need to create a new account in the platform. You will need to provide an email address as a username, provide your password, read terms and conditions, then select I have read. And if you would like to receive job seeker advice, tips, news on upcoming events, you can also opt in to that feature as well. Now, I do have an account, so I'm going to sign in. Whether you have an account or if you're brand new, you will be brought to the Attendee Setup Wizard. You will have these notifications here, trouble navigating the event. You can click on the training tab, and also here, that was a different event, but you will also have this information, and I'll show you where you can review the training info as well. So if you get stuck in this area here, there is a training section here in the top where there's a question mark. It takes you right into frequently asked questions and answers, and also training videos, which I'll show you here in a moment. So if you do get stuck anywhere, you can always revert to the training section. That's what that little notification was about. So the first step in the setup wizard will be your personal information. So just fill this information out, include your job title or the job title you're looking to have, type in your city in which you're located. I'm in Raleigh. So when you click in your city and select it, it's going to fill out the rest of the information for you, except for your zip code and phone number. So you will need to enter that information in. And select continue. So step number 2 is opting in to text message notifications. If you would like to opt in, you can provide your phone number. Your phone will receive a code for you to verify your phone number in the system, so you can receive notifications via text as well. Step number 3 is adding a professional photo of yourself. So make sure from whatever device you're registering from, you already have a saved photo. If you would like to provide a photo here, you can by selecting upload image, going into your pictures folder and finding your image there to upload. So you can click into the image and it'll open up here. Now, if it is a little bit larger than what is suggested, as you can see, you can use the zoom feature to make sure it fits. If it's too small, you need to enhance it or shrink it. You can use the zoom feature to make sure it fits perfectly there. Step number 4 will be adding your work experience. So to do that, click into the edit icon. It will open up in certifications, security clearances, also individual work experience in specific industries. So if you click into either one of these areas, say we have experience in accounting, you can click in accounting here. It'll have different departments in which you may have experience in that you can add by clicking into it, and it will turn green, letting you know that you've added it to your profile. You can add up to 10. Once you have your 10, or however much work experience you have, you'll select confirm to save. Step number 5 will be adding your resumes. So you can add up to 4 documents into this section. To do that, select upload PDF. We do recommend you upload a PDF, just so it's the most safest type of file to have on an online system. So you'll just click into it and then select open and upload it here. Now, again, you can upload 4 if you want to upload a cover letter here or certificates that you may have, additional documents, that's completely fine. But you'll want to add at least 1 resume in this section here. The last step will be answering the questions that the host has provided. You provide your link, your LinkedIn profile URL right in this section here. So you'll type in it, copy and paste right in this area. And if you do not have LinkedIn, you can simply place an NA or I do not have LinkedIn and continue. Now, next question will be years of professional experience. So make sure you go ahead and add your levels of experience in here. Continue to the next question. Select the industries in which you have experience or education or training. So you'll go ahead and select, it's multiple choice. So you can, select as many that applies to you in here. and then complete registration. Now you'll notice here, registered for event is in green with a green check mark, and you'll also receive a confirmation email letting you know that you have been registered as well. And check the chat here and see if we have any questions, what it looks like. They've all been answered. Okay, great. All right, now moving on, after registration, if you exit out or if you log out of your account, you can always go back to the system from the registration page you received. So if you open up the registration page link again, you can select login here at the top. You don't want to register for events since you're already registered. So you'll click login, and then you will use your username and password and select sign in. Now, once you get to this area here, you'll notice that you have 3 menu items here on the left and 2 settings here on the left as well. The first menu item will be your dashboard. This area here just gets you allows you to overview all the information in your account and is a quick way to get to your settings from here as well. So you have your user profile overviews located here. Video tutorials on the platform, user guides if you're more of someone who likes to view information rather than watch a video, and frequently asked questions and answers. Your events tab will list every event that you have registered to. You'll also have access to each event's registration page from the event info icon. So before, as I said, if you want to go back to the registration page to view some information, just click on event info and it will take you right back to that registration page for you to view. On event day, you're going to click into the access lobby icon. So that's actually going to take you into the event, once the lobby's opened up for you. If you do want to participate in the Meet Employers, this is where you'll want to go as well. Just click access lobby on the 7th and it will get you into the event. My Journey is a section we'll review towards the end, but this is where you can collectively view all the booths that you visited during any event. All your chat conversations, your chat transcripts will be there. Any little notes you may have made to yourself in a booth, you do have a note section where you can leave your own notes to yourself about an employer and things like that. You can also view any interests that an employer has of you. If they did mark it on your profile, that information will also be in the My Journey section for your view. So we'll go back to that section after we've covered, how to interact and things like that during the event. We'll revisit this section. But your events tab is where you'll go to access into your events, view the registration page and your My Journey section. Now, training provides all the training materials. So just as it was provided kind of in a snapshot view on your dashboard, this is all the information. So every single video tutorial here covers every feature we have, every menu item here, all of your settings. Same with the user guides, covers all of that information. And any question that you may have about the platform may be in this frequently asked questions and answers section. And at the very bottom, you have the ability to chat with IT and support. So if you are having technical issues in the platform, you can chat directly with our support team. They can help you. There is a file icon here. So if you did want to take a screenshot of maybe an error message or something you're experiencing in the platform that they need to see, you can send that right over to them as well. Now, under My Settings, My Profile is where you will want to go to review your profile information that you created during registration. Before the event, make sure everything's filled out and reads the way you want it to read to employers. Your first tab will be your general information. So if you click into Edit Profile here, it'll open up for you. You can view or revise any information here. Now, this bio section is actually not a part of the registration process, but I would recommend filling this information out, just telling a little bit about yourself, maybe some of your work experience, cover letter type of information you can add in this area, or anything that you may want to add that may be interesting to employers, you can add that in your bio. If you would like to change your password, you can edit password, change your photo, opt in or out of things that you selected into in the beginning. If you don't want the advice or anything like that anymore, you're tired of the notifications, you can always go in there and uncheck that. Your work experience, you can view and edit from here as well. Your locality can also be revised here as well. The second part of your profile is the resume section. So under resumes list is where you can remove or add more resumes. If you need to revise something and add a new or more recent resume here, you can. The video Q&A section will not be available for this particular event. It may be in others. It's just a way of answering questions via video, but you don't have to worry about that section in this event for this time. My schedule, again, will not be a part of this particular event, but there may be a way, in other events where you may need to use this. It's just a way to keep track of any employers that scheduled a meeting with you in the platform. You'll be able to keep track of through your My Schedule section. Let me see if we have any questions here before I move on. How to access early access. So when early access becomes available on the 7th, just log into the platform, go to your events tab here and select access lobby. Early access is open now. Okay, so you can go right into the event. Let me see if I registered in this account. I may not have. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, so you see it right in here. It says early access. And you can click right in, access lobby. It takes you right into the lobby. So this kind of segues us into the next part I was going to get into anyway. So when you get into the lobby, this will be your view of the event. You'll have all of the employers' logos here. All the employers' logos here. The 7th is when you want to log in to meet with those 3 specific employers that are listed on the registration page. But you have early access now to view them all if you'd like, all that are registered so far. So you can click right in to access lobby, view the participating employers, and to click into a specific booth, you just want to click into the logo there. So it's going to open up for you. You can click on the About Us section to view about the company. You can also click into job postings to view their jobs. Select the job that you're interested in viewing just by clicking on it. View the description. They may have a link here. This one doesn't seem to be hyperlinked, so you will have to copy it. But with most, let me see here. With most jobs, they should look more like this. You'll have the full description here, key responsibilities, all that information that you may need, how many positions are available, location, the salary may be included. And if you are wanting to submit your resume to that particular job, click into Submit Resume. Then you need to click on your resume that you want to send to them. So that's very important. People get here and they get stuck. They're like, wait, how do I? So you got to click on your resume and then select Apply to Job. And it will send that employer your resume directly along with your profile for them to view as well. There may be additional information for you to view. So they may have additional links up here, like MetLife, they have their careers page directly linked. So if you click into it, it should take you right to any page that they have directly linked to their booths. They may also include their website and social media. And at the bottom, you have that note section. So I would encourage you, if there's something that stuck out to you about a particular company that you really liked, or maybe you didn't like, and you want to leave a note to yourself to kind of review after the event, click into the Leave Note section. You can leave a note to yourself. Spoke with Steve, enjoyed our convo. So you can leave yourself little reminders as well. And I'll show you back into my journey where you can go back and view this information. You can also leave rankings. So if you did want to leave a rank, all this information is private to you. So the employers cannot see what you're providing, notes, rankings, any of that information. The host can't see it. It's only for you and your eyes. Then you have the status here. If you would like to leave a little status for yourself, interested, would like to follow up, maybe there was an interview scheduled or you were hired directly out of the event, you can go ahead and mark that. Maybe you were hired by multiple employers and you want to keep track of that in your My Journey section, or you have multiple interviews scheduled from employers and you want to keep track of that in your My Journey section. So you can go through, and see how many interviews you were scheduled, who you need to follow up with, about what, or if you were hired by multiple employers, you can, then look at your list and make your choice. So make sure you use this section to the fullest extent. I do realize that it is easily overlooked, but it is going to help you out in a long run. Now on the right-hand side is where the chat interaction takes place. Right here at the top where it says chats, you can select chat with, and the employer's name will be there. Select it. The conversation will open up with that employer, and then you can go ahead in the text box and send a message. Now, obviously, they're not logged in at this time. So if a company is not logged in at the time, they most likely will not be during early access, or they may not be during late access, but you'll have more interaction during the live time. You may receive an away message if no one's there, which is fine. You can come back to it later, but you can initiate conversation. Just like you would in an in-person event. If you walk up to a booth, you're most likely going to introduce yourself. Do the same thing here in person. It does go a long way because most attendees virtually will wait for an employer to reach out to them, which is still perfectly fine as well. Now, you do not have to sit in MetLife's booth to wait for them to reply. You can go back to the lobby by clicking the lobby icon and view the other booths as well. So while you're waiting for a response, or even if you're still in a conversation, you can go about your way in the event, view as many booths as you'd like to. Again, view the information, leave your notes or rankings, select chat with to start a chat conversation with Blue Matrix. And as you know, or as you can see here in your chat conversation, it's going to keep track of all of the booths that you started a conversation with. So you can filter back and forth, switch back and forth. You have, if you're chatting with every single booth in the event, no problem. You can click into all of your conversations and go back to them right from your chats column. And you do not have to be in any particular booth to do that. So if a conversation is started and you're still kind of looking in the lobby here, so you can see I'm not clicked into any particular booth, I can still carry on my conversations here in my chats column. See if there are any other questions here. Okay. All right. Now, what could happen is, let me get my booth in here so I can show you all. There is the option for video chat. So employers could invite you into a one-on-one or a group video chat, just like Zoom. So I would definitely prepare to have, a nice casual, shirt, blouse, ladies, or, button up if you, because there may be an interview on actual event day, or they may just want to meet with you to meet. Because some recruiters, I train them and I know they don't like to do the typing back and forth most times. So they will maybe, initiate the conversation, introduce themselves, and then ask you if you're available for video chat and carry on the conversation that way rather than typing back and forth. So I would be prepared for video interaction. So make sure, you're dressed as you would be for an interview, at least from the top up. You can wear your comfy pajamas or shorts if you want, but make sure, everything else is presentable. And I will show you what that will look like for you if you were to receive an invitation. So they should ask you first. I always let them know that they need to ask you all first if you are available for video chat. And you don't always have to accept. Sometimes you may receive an invite abruptly from an employer, which they should not do, but they may, and you do not have to accept. So I'll show you here in just a moment. I'm going to log into my employer account here and show you what an invitation will look like. And then if you were to accept, what that also looks like on your end. Oh, very nice. All right, so I'm going to click into Prepare Virtual. And then they should see me on my end so they can send me. And the employers only have access to you if you have visited their booth. So just as another heads up, they, employers that you're not necessarily interested in, meaning you have not visited their booth, they cannot reach out to you. Only ones that you have, whose booths you did visit. So it may look like this, and I'll show you what a conversation will look like. If they do send you a chat message first, you'll see it come in just like that. And you'll see that there's been, either a message or a couple of messages sent. So you can click right into your unread messages and continue your conversation with those at that employer. Now, they should ask you, they should introduce themselves. And then they should also ask you first if you're available for video chat. Then if you go back and answer yes, then is when they may send you the video invitation. So what that'll look like . So it will look like that, and you'll see you have been invited to a video conference. It'll have the recruiter's name and the company, and then you can select join call or you can exit out. So if you select join call, first things first, your web browser or whatever device you are using is going to ask for your permission to use your camera and microphone, which is very important that you remember that this will pop up. Because if you do select block or if you exit it out just thinking it's some other type of notification, it's not going to work. Your video or microphone will not work. So make sure you click allow in this area. And then trying to get rid of that feedback. Then you'll see yourself here in the middle. Now the recruiter is going to be in the top right. I'm sorry. You will be in the top right and the recruiter will be here in the middle. Now you'll notice here at the bottom, there are a couple of items here. If you want to turn your camera off, you can. If you would like to use the chat function, you can use the chat function in the video call as well. If you want to remove the view of yourself in the video, you can remove it from yourself, if that makes sense. So the recruiter will still be able to see you, but if you want to just pay attention to them and not see yourself hanging in the top right corner, you can toggle your view and remove your view of yourself. Then when the video chat is done, you'll select leave conference and go right back into your booth, or I'm sorry, into the event. Now you can notice here, we do not have virtual backgrounds at the moment. So I would highly recommend that you're in a clutter-free area, away from distractions, things like that. Make sure you're in a blank background or whatever, or, it really doesn't matter. Everyone's pretty understanding about, video conferencing these days. And then you'll want to select leave conference when it's over and it takes you right back into the event. Does anyone have any questions about interaction before we move into the My Journey section and close out and begin Q&A? Okay. All right. Now, once the event's over, you can go right back to your events tab. Find the event. If it's your first event, it should be at the very top. But you may have to do some searching if it's not been your first event. Then select My Journey. So you'll see here, actions taken will show you any statuses that you left about employers. So as I left that hired status, I need to go back and revert that. And I left a ranking for 5 of 5. And then I also left my note. So I can see my note that I left as well. And I'll have timestamps for everything here. Visited booths, a list of all the booths you visited that you clicked on in the event. Organization actions. Now, this is the area that you want to look at to see what an organization may have marked on your profile. Only thing that you will be able to see is a status that they may have left of interested, follow-up needed, interview scheduled, or hired. So you'll be able to see if they marked that on your profiles. If you want to see if you were hired by anyone, you can always go back into the My Journey section and view even after the event. And then your chat transcript. So all of your chat conversations you had, you can click on the employer's name. The chat conversation will open up, and to exit out, just click the exit. But that is it on the Premier Virtual platform. Let me see if we have any questions here. Let's see. Can we use the mobile for connecting the fair? Yes, so our platform is accessible through all smart devices. So if you're talking about cell phone, yes, you can use your cell phone, a tablet, mobile device to connect. It's not an actual app, it's just a website. So you can connect from any device that will connect to the internet. What browsers work best for the platform? I usually use Firefox, but wondering if Chrome might be better. Yes, so Chrome is the best web browser to use for the platform. Firefox works fine. Microsoft Edge works fine. Internet Explorer does not work. It's an obsolete web browser. I'm not sure if anyone still uses it, but there are some cases where individuals are using Internet Explorer, and since the browser is no longer updating, it cannot use our technology. So only thing I would say is just Internet Explorer does not work. And then, if you're a Mac user, Safari is fine as well. Is it necessary to be connected with companies via chat or apply some positions before June 8th from the lobby, or they will approach us? We can connect with them even we haven't before. So yes, I would think it would be beneficial for you to attend, to log into the platform early. One, it gets you used to the platform, move through everything, learn the system. Two, it gives them the opportunity to reach out to you on event day, because the only individuals a company can reach out to is those who come to visit their booths. They do not have a full spectrum of all attendees that have registered. They can only contact or view the profiles and resumes of those who come to visit. So if you want to make sure that you're noticed by a particular company, definitely log in earlier to use this early access time to make sure you visit their booth. Any of the employers recruiting entry level or with long gap in career? I'll let Andrea take that one.
So in looking at the jobs that have been posted, there's a full range from entry level all the way up to 10 plus years of experience. So again, that's where going in early and looking at the postings, as well as you can go to the careers page of any of the companies and see what openings they have, even if they don't have it posted within Premier Virtual. You can ask about other positions that are available at that company. In fact, a lot of companies have so many positions available, they include a link to their careers page within their booth. So they kind of list maybe their priority positions and then say for all others, click here and you can view their other positions. So absolutely, there's a wide variety of experience and education levels that they're looking for.
Absolutely. And I am trying to register for NC Tech and it's asking for LinkedIn URL. Is it possible to skip or do I have to have one? So it is text input. So if you do not have a LinkedIn profile, you can type in, I do not have LinkedIn or NA, and it'll allow you, but you do have to type something. All right, were there any other questions?
So I put in the chat, again, several of the Meet the Employer sessions, as well as our main link. For any information about the event, the easiest way to get there is just nctech.org. I'll put that in the chat as well. We hope that you are all able to attend. You will get a copy of this recording, so if you need to go back and review, and there's also a great list of frequently asked questions on the Premier Virtual site for additional help. So I appreciate everyone being here today. I do see one last question about if a position is remote. Will it say remote? I think companies are doing it both ways. Some will list it as remote, some will list it hybrid, some will list the location, but then maybe within the description list that remote is an option. So again, this is where the early access can really help out by going in and checking out the companies and the specific jobs that you're interested in, and just making a priority list for that day, for June 8th, of what you want to get to first.
Yeah, and even using that note section, if you're using early access, even using that note section to kind of tell you, kind of build yourself a roadmap for actual event day. You could put, make sure to visit MetLife, in the beginning. Make sure to, speak with whomever at this company, so you can kind of help yourself, have like a set plan, but on live event day as well.
Well, Jordan, thank you very much. This was very helpful.